Oh, we're just having a little fun in the chat right before all the good stuff happens. And let me get some more lighting over this way. So there we go. That's better. Much better. Much better. Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to another week down in Thailand. I'm in Bangkok, and you are watching DoMoreLife on a Saturday morning. Here in Bangkok, Thailand, I'm super happy to be with you. Thank you guys for the thumbs up already. I greatly appreciate it. Today, we're going to cover Thailand's reopening plans. We're going to cover the stuff that's already been passed and published. We're also going to cover the Thailand Pass, which is replacing the certificate of entry. We're going to cover the COVID insurance that you now have to have, the changes that were made. And I have some members in here that will gladly, speak on that. Also have some information regarding coming to Thailand without quarantine. I think that's a big step in the right direction. We got a list of countries and that you can come in for, and hopefully, according to what I read yesterday, it looks like Bangkok, either November 1st or December 1st. I think it was November 1st. So the whole province of Bangkok is on a list to completely reopen. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to get into all that information. First, I want to talk about this Thailand Pass, because I want everybody to be clear and concise and understand what this thing actually is. And it's basically nothing more than a digital C.O.E, pretty much. But we're going to talk about the specifics, don't worry. So, let me catch a couple comments, say hey to a few people real quick. Steve Dunn, good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Travel TV, or that pretty boy Ruger, good to see you, even though you retracted your message. Jason is in the house. Welcome, Jason. I'm sorry it rained after game today. What's up, Mikes? Good to see you, buddy, from Bangpo Beach. Sounds like fun, man. You've been on vacation for or you're permanently on vacation. So you're like on staycation, right? You've been on staycation for a couple weeks now. So enjoy yourself, bro. Take staycation for like a month or something. Bring us back some awesome video. I know you just released one. I'll watch it later on today. But it's good to see you, and I'm glad you're safe. And everything's going well for you, bud. Heads up on Thailand Pass website will likely not work for about one more week. Yep. I'm getting ready to go over the whole thing, and thanks to Mike's, and thanks to the channel, live my ass off there. He's provided me with some links and some very valuable information on the Thailand Pass that I'm going to pass along to you. Pun intended. Okay. What's up, Griffin? Lyle has given permission for the stream to begin, so we are good to go now. Lyle, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Travel TV, good morning. Good to see you, bud. I know you're doing all right. I've been following as much as I can your stories and everything, so I'm glad you're doing good. Ross says open to move around, but not much open just yet. Yep, that's going to be a big issue. Live my ass off says heads up. Oh, I read that. Anthony says Bay Area. What's up, Anthony? I hadn't seen you in a while. It's good to see you back in a chat. That is my first and only cook today. Now we will consume water. Travel TV says, yeah, I hear bars will be open, and then some say they won't open bars. So that's a complex topic I'm going to be talking about. Last night, according to the news sources, the Thai media here, the PM made an announcement that bars, entertainment venues, and pubs should also be able to open in November. It was either November or December. I can't remember. November 1st or December 1st, one of the two. But we're going to go over all that stuff. Jim A., what's up, buddy? He says, you're free to travel around, but good luck finding anything open. Yeah, I hear you, man. One thing you will see, though, is a rise in... you'll see a rise in tourism and people coming over It may be significant. It may not. I don't know what it's going to look like, but as people start flooding in, the businesses will come back. And when they open up the bars and that kind of thing, people will start coming back in. Thailand has decided to focus on high quality, high net worth individuals to bring them and attract them to Thailand. In my opinion, I think that's just my opinion. I think that strategy perhaps is a little skewed. Quantity over quality in this case would probably be best, because the rich people are only going to spend money on their 5-course meals at their 5-star hotel they're staying at, and their yacht rentals. They're not really doing much for small businesses here in Thailand. And I don't know why the Thai government seems to think that, or the tourist, certain departments within the government. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just a thinking, right? So I don't know why they think that 1 million high net worth tourists is going to take the place of 40 million tourists like we're here in 2019. That just doesn't make logical sense to me. But they may know something that I don't. So anyway, here we are, and that's it. Robert, thank you for dropping the PayPal link down there. The PayPal link, guys, is we're building the travel fund back up, and I want to thank you guys very much for those of you that have helped build that back up. I will pin this message to the very top in case anybody wants to contribute. Everything is a contribution. It is not a donation. Do not get them mixed up, because everything that is put into this pool goes into equipment and goes into traveling. So when it's time once I have enough of a fund built back up again, and once the YouTube game gets going on DoMoreLife again, probably right after the 1st of November, I'm going to try to travel as much as I can. My birthday is November the 3rd, so unfortunately that's on a Wednesday, but I'm going to try to go somewhere that following weekend. Again, just depends on how everything's looking financially. For those of you that don't know, we had a partial furlough over here during the C-19 situation, and the channel and some few family members really helped me out, and I thank God for them, because for all of you and everybody really helped me get through that, and I'm super appreciative of that. So anyway, traveling will begin again in November, as I believe my second job is going to change dramatically. My online teaching job. As I've told you guys before, after November the 5th, there will be no more teaching from outside of China. You cannot teach students inside of China. You have to be in China if you're a foreign teacher. So no more Chinese kids. And I don't know. I signed up for a different program that this company's offering, and we'll see how it goes. But the truth is, I don't know what's going to happen. So we're back to on November 6th. I'm going to get this channel back to what it was. And I'm also going to start delivering. I thought a lot about planning for the channel. And what I want to do is, I've talked with channel members. We had a nice discussion last week. We had a nice discussion in the line group. By the way, if you're not a channel member, you're missing out. Super cheap for a month, and you can get in this line group, and it's great. And plus you get additional content and all kinds of stuff. So consider being a channel member if you're not. It's easy. Just hit the join button below the video, or the link in the description. And some changes are coming in November. I'll be announcing, more of those later. My goal is to do one video a week, one like full-length video a week, to do a short 5 days of the week, and then one live stream, and that live stream will be on Sundays at 9 a.m. instead of Saturdays. Why did I pick Sundays? Because Sundays is the day I need to get up early anyway, because I usually have to work on Mondays, and Saturdays is the day after working 5 days. After I work all day at work, I come home, I work for 2 or 3 hours here at night teaching or working on other projects, and then So I'd like Saturday to sleep in and be lazy and run errands. So anyway, let's get back on topic. I'm so sorry for running off at the jaw there. But I wanted to update you guys and let you know what all was going on with DoMoreLife. So back to the visas and the travel pass and all that stuff. Let's see. Travel Eats, good to see you. Gregory, good to see you, my friend. Travel TV says, I was in Patty and bars are open low key. Yeah, I've heard they are, but a lot of they're raiding some of them. The police are. Some of them they're letting go, so you know there's some stuff changing hands somewhere, but it is what it is. Anon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. He says, personal advice for anybody who cares. Let other people be the guinea pigs. Try to hold off if you can for a couple of months, January, February at earliest. I completely agree, but I'm also excited to see people come back. So it's kind of like I want to see people come back, but at the same time, I want the tourists that, because Thailand's figured out that it's been in the news. They came out and said, we don't want people going to other places. We want them to come here. So in order to come here, they had to make a lucrative deal with themselves, right? Internally within the government. I'm going to go over all that. I promise I'm going to go over all that here in just a minute. I just want to catch comments and lay the baseline foundation for the chat today, and we're going to get right into all that. Travel says, I'm thinking getting a STV visa for 9 months. Go for it, man. That's not a bad idea. If you just want to come over here and travel around and hang out, enjoy Thailand for 9 months, go with the STV. Just remember, at the end of that 9 months, you have to leave Thailand. That's the only big catch there. So that's like you have to leave Thailand. You can't convert that visa into anything else. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But if you want to come for 9 months and enjoy yourself, go back home, regroup, and then maybe come back and retire or whatever you want to do. Whatever plans are, I like using the STV as a means of coming over and learning about Thailand. Great idea, Travel East. Very good. Anna says, but if you have no flexibility in your schedule, best to wait until the emergency decree is dead and gone. I agree, Anna. However, you and I both know that the amendments they're making to the Communicable Disease Act are basically going to be the emergency decree. So the emergency decree is basically going to be enforced full time, pretty much. I mean, with the Communicable Disease Act, with the amendments that they're proposing, it basically gives the same powers that the emergency decree gives, with a few exceptions. But I don't know. We'll see. Travel Elite says that I might extend it to Thai Elite visa, depending on how it goes. You can do that. You can't extend it into an Elite visa, but you can get an Elite visa, or an Elite card. Actually, the Elite visa, I don't know why people call it the Elite visa, because it's not a visa. You have to have a tourist visa, and then you get an Elite card on top of it, or some kind of visa, and then the Elite card on top of it. The Elite program is a program in and of itself. But nevertheless, I myself call it the Elite visa sometimes, because the program itself comes with an underlying visa. So yeah, calling it Elite visa is fine. See how it goes. I think you'll be okay, Travel Eats. I hope so anyway. Ross says, I'm already moving around the country. Yes, he is. Jim A says, I read that no business can sell alcohol before December 1st. That may be true, but I also read something last night about alcohol ban potentially being lifted on November 1st for certain areas in certain provinces. I'm getting ready to go over the whole list. Don't worry. Ross says, Jim A, don't believe all you read. All the bars open on Comac where I am now are serving booze. And I says, Travel Eats, you may want to think about that strategy. The STV cannot be converted to another type of visa here. Yep, good info. Ross says only a small amount of bars to begin with. Travel TV, yeah, they're serving beer low key. J Brock says the real reopen starts December 1st. Alcohol is back. Yep, that's kind of the way I feel too. That's a fair point. Travel Elite says that Anon, according to Thai Elite and Retirement Specialist YouTube channel, starting October 14th, the STV can be converted to a Thai Elite. I would talk to a lawyer before I talk to somebody on a YouTube channel to get complete clarification. Don't get me wrong. There are plenty of YouTubers out there that know what's going on, and they're going to tell you the right thing. But at the same time, YouTubers don't always have the insight, the knowledge, and that kind of thing. We have to pull from wherever we can get information from. So be careful. Be very careful what information you buy into. Don't do anything with any large amount of money based on what a YouTuber says. Okay, including myself. So nothing in this video is financial advice, travel advice. It's not. It's just for informational and edutainment. Let's call it that. So just keep that in mind. Okay. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I'm getting ready to start reading facts in just a minute. Travel Elite says, and according to, he was talking. Okay, gotcha. Roger McGee says, stay off the roads December 1st. It'll be crazy. Yes, it will, Roger. That's a very good point. Very, very good point. It will be crazy. Definitely. Travel Elite says they are a YouTube, but also an agency that specializes in Thai Elite visa. Okay, I would still call them, and I would still contact a legal professional. I would contact a legal professional to protect my own back. That's what I would do. Like to cover my own butt. I would contact a legal professional and make sure that everything that these elite visa people specialists have told you is true, accurate, and that that you're not going to get screwed around or messed with because of it. Just my suggestion, bud. Just my suggestion. Because I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. That's the only reason it sounds like I'm second guessing you, but I'm not. I'm just telling you problems I've seen people run into before, and I don't want to see that happen to you. Okay, let's see. Anon says, Travel Eats, I just sent you a link to the Thai Embassy DC's official guidance. Perhaps they can do something at the Division 1 immigration, but as DoMoreLife says, get confirmation. Travel Eats says, 30 and a wake up, use them for his elite visa. Cool. Richard Cyphers, welcome, my man. Good to see you, brother. Travel Eats, even professionals all have their own different interpretations. Can't just take anyone's word for a hot. I agree. That's why anytime it comes to immigration matters over here, just so you guys know. Sorry, I got something on my glasses. Anytime it comes to immigration matters over here, think of it as going to the doctor. Okay, you always want to get a second opinion from another doctor or legal professional, just to be sure. All right, let's go. We got some good information here, and I'm about to give it to you, and you will either like it or you won't, but it is what it is. So let's talk about the Thailand Pass. This is going to be a very important document, or very important digital document that many of you are going to need to fill out before you come to Thailand. So this is from, by the way, you can get this if you have Line, the app Line, you can go to asq.in.th, asq.in.th, so asq.in.th. You can go there and you can add this, whoever this is, as a friend, and you will get all the updates on the Travel Pass. You won't have to worry about it coming from me anymore, okay? Or coming from any other YouTuber. So, this was an October the 20th update. It says the CCA has not announced the final list of countries yet. We have the final list of countries now. There are 46 of them. We're going to talk about those. And And at the moment, we advise to proceed with general sandbox/AQ bookings until these new programs and policies are finalized. As mentioned by the CCSA, the existing certificate of entry applications will be honored in November. Thailand Pass is not yet required. Update, October 21st. The official list of countries for quarantine-free entry was released today, as well as entry requirements. I'm going to go through all of those in just a minute. Pending final approval, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has recently announced that the certificate of entry will be replaced with the Thailand Pass system starting November 1st, 2021. The Thailand Pass online registration system exists, and you can go to that website, one of those top websites right there. Go to one of those websites, and that's where you can get your information on Thailand Pass. It says, the new Thailand Pass system will be for everyone except for those who will be traveling as part of group arrivals by sea. And, oops, what did I do? Hang on a second, guys. I think I made there we go. By sea and alternative hospital quarantine stay as well. They will have to use existing C.O.E. system until otherwise specified. So quarantine-free entry countries. These are the 46. I'm probably going to misspell a lot of them, but here we go. Australia. There was a lot of my Australian friends wondering about that. Yes, Australia's on the list. Austria, Bahrain, Belgium, Bhutan, Brunei, Darussalam, I think, Bulgaria, Cambodia, Canada, Chile, China, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Japan, Latvia, Lithuania, Malaysia, Malta, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Slovenia, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, the UAE, UK, United States, and Hong Kong. Those are the 46 countries that are on the list. Now, we're going to look at this part of the list. So this is going to tell you the requirements. There's green, blue, and red. All right, let me explain this. Yep, Philippines is not on the list, brother. They're having some trouble over there. I was surprised not to see Laos on there as well. And I was surprised to see Cambodia, but I also found out that the vaccination rate in Cambodia was way beyond Thailand's. So it makes sense for them to have it up there. Let's see here. Travel leads. I'm reading you guys' comments as I go. Fair enough, Travel Eats. Fair enough. Okay. So here, if you want to come to Thailand, quarantine free, and even though it says quarantine free, you're still quarantined in 1 day because of testing. Okay. So exemption from quarantine, eligible countries. So first of all, you must be from one of the 46 eligible countries. All right. And you must reside in that country for at least 21 days. There is no quarantine. Note, must wait for the PCR test result at the hotel for 1 night or until a negative result is received. All right, for your vaccination, fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to traveling. So if you get your second shot, yeah, 82% for Cambodia, Travel TV. That's what I read as well. That's a high number. So if you get your second jab, you need to wait at least 14 days before you can be considered fully vaxxed. Like tomorrow, I will be considered fully vaxxed because it'll be 2 weeks since I got my second one. Accommodations and requirements. 1 night reservation at SHA Plus or AQ Hotel. Note, payment confirmation is required. So you got to book 1 night for sure. Medical insurance. not required for Thai nationals, but a minimum coverage of 50,000 US dollars. So it looks like they dropped that from 100,000 to 50,000. Now I know they've also they've made some changes or are making some changes to retirement visas and that kind of thing. But I haven't gotten into that yet. There's been so much news this week. This is why I'm going to start doing shorts every day, just so I can just kind of bring up some stuff. But that's not going to start until November the 6th. Next month, we're going to get back on track, and I'm going to get down to business here on YouTube. And I'm going to get my other projects up and rolling, or my internship is going to take off, and this will become a really fun channel. Okay, so in addition to that, you need to have a negative PCR test within 72 hours before traveling. And once you get here, one PCR test on the arrival date. Okay, so you got to have 172 hours before you travel, one when you get here. That's how you get here, exemption from quarantine. Okay, now the blue way to come in, the middle way to come in, is through the Sandbox program. It's open to all countries, so you don't have to be. This is the list for those who are fully vaxxed but come from a country that is not on the list, okay, of the 46. So all countries are applicable for this program. All right. Travel restricted in Sandbox area for 7 days. So for 7 days, you're fully jabbed. You're gonna be in a area like Phuket, for example. You just be confined to the area, whatever zone they create. You'll be confined to that area for 7 days. You must be fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to traveling. Accommodations and requirements. Here's where it differs a little bit. You have to do a 7-day queue. Okay, so 7 nights reservation at SHA Plus or AQ Hotel in Sandbox area. Note, payment confirmation required. So if you're fully vaxxed and you're from a country that is not on the 46 countries list, those are the requirements that you have to meet to be able to come to the Sandbox program, which it's only a 7-day queue, and you're going to be on Phuket and in that area anyway. Hey, Tim, what's up, buddy? I can't stay, but I did want to say hello. See y'all tomorrow. Cool, man. Good to see you, brother. Now, $50,000 of COVID insurance is required. You must have a PCR test within 72 hours before traveling, and then once you get here, 2 PCR tests, one on the arrival date and one on day 6 or 7 of the stay. Okay? Now, I guess you could call this the best news of all. The red over here, okay, is for the unvaxxed. That's right. You can now come to Thailand. As long as you're willing to quarantine, you can come to Thailand without being vaccinated. Okay? So, it's open to all countries. It says, for the quarantine at the AQ Hotel. So it's going to be an alternative. I don't know what just AQ means. It used to be AHQ, which is the hospital, or state ASQ, which was the state. I don't know. I don't know what AQ means. But anyway, probably at one of the SHA plus places. But the quarantine is only for 10 days. Okay, so even if you're unvaxxed, it's only 10 days. It's not 14 anymore. Vaccination. You can see it right here. It says vaccination not required. Okay, so no requirement there. Accommodations and requirements. 10-night reservation at an AQ. Note, so it's not SHA plus. It's reservation at an AQ hotel. Note, payment confirmation required. Medical insurance, you need to have at least $50,000 worth of coverage. Have a PCR test issued 72 hours before traveling. Note, not required for Thai nationals. And then you're going to have 2 PCR tests on arrival date and day 8 or 9 of your stay. So that is how you get to Thailand in November or December of this year. So you can be vaxxed, you can be unvaxxed, and you could be on the list of safe countries. You could be on the list or not on the list of countries. They're pretty much a way of saying, hey guys, we're open, by the way. Required information for the Thailand Pass. It seems to be that there's going to only be these 4 things. And if that's the case, I'm so happy with this. Passport information, vaccine certificate, COVID-19 health insurance, and then you're booking for SHA Plus or AQ hotel booking. That's it. If that's the case, then that's not too much. That's not really an invasion of privacy. That's not too bad. Scott, no, it's 10 days. 10 days, Scott, not 14. Let's see. Jim A says, so what happens if you test positive on day 6? You're screwed. Yeah, you're screwed, basically. We've seen people test positive and they got screwed out of a lot of money. So be very careful. That's all I can tell you on that one. I don't know what the official plan is going to be for when that. Oh, I don't know exactly how Thailand's going to handle positive test results from international travelers, foreign tourists coming in. I don't know exactly what they're going to do yet, but we've seen it happen before, and we've seen people get screwed out of a lot of money there. So, just be careful. Ross says, but expect hotels to want to see your vaccine certificate. Had that happen twice already. I can see where that could be a problem, Ross. I could. Crabclaw, what's up, buddy? I'm glad to see you, man. Thanks for coming back. It's good to have you here. Anna says, if you're in the U.S., there are a number of places where you can get a PCR test done free. He gives a link that has a number of their locations. Cool. Used them twice when coming here. Quick, easy, no hassle. I like that. 23 up, 7 down. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And thank you to the 7 haters. I really appreciate your attention as well. Because you are truly my biggest fans. You wouldn't be watching this if you didn't want to try to pick it apart. I love it. I love it. Travel Eat says, is there a list for approved vax? Yes. And I believe both of those are good. I know for sure the Pfizer, the AZ, so I'm worried it might be an issue. I know Mod has gotten approval, I believe, for a booster, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, not 100% on that, Travel Eats. But I think I know you're okay with the first one, but I'm not sure. You have to look on one of Thailand's websites for that, because I don't want to give you any bad information. Now, let's talk about the Thailand Pass frequently asked questions. Is the Thailand Pass approved yet? No, it is set to be launched on November 1st. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has also stated that you should apply 7 days before your arrival. Big piece of information there. 7 days before your arrival, you should do that. Travel League says, I removed that last comment in case the words give my... Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much. No worries. Where's the Thailand Pass website? I showed you guys that. Do you still need C-19 insurance? Yes, you will still need the insurance. Are PCR tests still required? They will still be required for AQ stay and may be required for SHA plus stay depending on entry option. Can I enter without quarantine? At the moment, we just answered all that. When should you apply for the Thailand Pass? 7 days before your arrival. How long does Thailand Pass approval take? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has mentioned that it will take 1 to 3 days for approval. So that should give you guys quite a bit of information on the Thailand Pass, just in case you're wondering. Now, there are a ton of let me just read you a couple more things here. Jim A says, sorry if I missed it, but do they accept CDC card as proof of vax? I think so. I'm not 100% sure on the international pass. I'm waiting on mine here. I have the Thailand one. Thank you very much for the PayPal, Mr. MM. That's all I'm going to say. I won't call out your full name. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. $10 PayPal there. And I'm extraordinarily grateful for that PayPal. I really appreciate it. I won't put your name up here because it's all good, but there's $10 and I appreciate it. Thank you for that very much. All right. So Thailand COVID insurance required to enter Thailand. The insurance must cover travel as well as COVID-19. The C-19 coverage meets the, that was a $100,000 requirement. Okay, so all right, that link is not going to be any good anymore. I apologize, guys. I thought that was the updated link, but it is not. So you can go to the line group. Oh, Crabclaw. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Crabclaw with a $10 PayPal. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. I'm telling you, man, every dollar is making a big difference. It really is. So I guess you could also go to the website as well, which is asq.in.th. And that'll give you all the Thailand entry requirements. And they'll send it right to your line application. So keep that in mind, guys. Please keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about some other things that I wanted to briefly discuss regarding entry to Thailand and what it's going to look like and that kind of thing. We're only going to go an hour today, guys. Thank you, Crabclaw. I really appreciate that statement very much. Because I have something special I'm going to do today, and I'm very excited. So let's go and look at some of the I call it head banging news with the media over here. Let me just throw this in there. So there's a picture of an American man, a very old American man. U.S. man arrested for bank fraud 1 day before statute of limitation. That's a 63 years old. This is in the paper. I'm actually going to click on this article just because I want to. It says, in the sort of scene usually reserved for action movies, an American man wanted for bank fraud was captured at the last minute 1 day before the statute of limitation expired on his crimes. It gives his name. I'm not going to put it out there. But 63-year-old man from the U.S. was arrested at a hotel in Wahin, accused of a scam 15 years ago when he defrauded bank customers in a phishing scam. The Economic Crime Division police managed to catch up with the fugitive after a 15-year hunt stemming from an e-banking fraud scheme in October 2006. A crime with the statute of limitations of 15 years. I mean, it's bad to do what he did, don't get me wrong, but that would be my luck. I would do something and I would be like, God forgive me, and then 15 years later it would catch up with me. Roy says, are you aware you can now travel outside Thailand and re-enter Thailand within 21 days? You don't have to have insurance to take the test and stay one night in an ASQ hotel. No, I am not aware of that, Roy. I have not read that. I've not seen that. I've not heard that. You're the first person to tell me that. Not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all, but I know I have not heard that. Yeah, so this is an article that I definitely wanted to get to because this talks about entertainment venues and all those things that you guys are wondering about. So I'm read it straight. And this, hang on, let me find the actual source that this came from because it's important. It's kind of a long article also. Hello. Where did you come from, article? Oh, it just kind of died. It just went blank. That's weird. Let's try this again. I told you guys, I gotta have a new phone. Crapclaw says my mother number one goal when I come to Thailand is not getting tossed from a 10-story balcony in the first 48 hours. That's a good goal to have, Crapclaw. That's a don't join the flying club, man. Definitely not. That's a good goal to have, especially if you're going to be in Pattaya. Didi, Anon, good advice. Thank you for the link. I'll wait until next year. Cool. Don C, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you in here. All right, I'm going to try to pull this article back up again. I don't know why it didn't come up before, but we'll try to pull it up again. This was a very important announcement by the PM yesterday, and I think that I want to read it to you guys because it has very important information in it. So, PM, or the PM, there it went again. It went blank. Why is it doing that? Can somebody explain why it does that? I have no idea. It went blank. Again. I don't know why. Okay, anyway, he had talked about the opening of entertainment venues being a possibility on November 1st. Kiss FM Pattaya is on here on behalf of all the DJs. That's awesome. Welcome, Kiss FM Pattaya. I'm glad to have you on my channel. Thank you for being here, and look forward to some good music and some awesome stuff going on down there. DJs at Kiss FM, we welcome everyone to the Fun City. Absolutely, 100%. For some reason, I don't know why this article keeps going blank on me, guys. I'm not sure if it's been amended, changed, taken down, something happened to it. I don't know. I'm going to try one more time to read this to you guys, and hopefully it will stay up this time. If it does, I can read the whole thing to you. Gotta go before I get in trouble. Love all y'all. We love you, Crapclaw. Thank you, brother. Thanks for being here. Yep, and it shut itself down. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to read that article. You can look it up on the Tiger, but it basically, the PM had mentioned that there is a possibility of the entertainment venues and alcohol being served on November 1st. So, there's a mention of it. Listen very carefully. I didn't say he was going to do it. I didn't say that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm just telling you right now. It's possible that happens on November 1st. Possible. All the plans thus far for foreign tourism to come back to Thailand, we saw this 4-state. This is why you have to remember, guys, the Thailand changes its mind often. No, usually on just about everything, it goes back and forth. Okay, and that it is what it is. It's something you get used to. I'm not complaining about it. It's just a way of life here. Okay, it's like embedded in the culture. But we saw, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was doing a video on the complete 4-phase reopening of Thailand, right? They had the 4-phase reopening plan. Well, now, here we are 2-3 weeks later, and they're like, the heck with the 4-phase reopening plan. We're going to do this instead. So these are common issues associated with living or visiting Thailand or coming to Thailand. The rules consistently change. That is one thing I will definitely say about Thailand. They are not scared to change the rules, implement new policies, and do it very quickly. Sometimes it happens so fast you don't even realize you're a part or that it's going to affect you in some way. So these are things that you need to keep in mind when coming over here. Okay. I want you guys to have the best, safe. Again, let me reiterate. This is my. This is what I would do if I was a tourist. Okay, so this is not advice to anybody. I'm just telling you what I would do. I would wait until about the middle of January to be to book my I'm coming to Thailand stuff. Why would I wait till January? Here's why. Because you don't want to get stuck here, okay? Especially if you don't have anywhere to work or make income, or you don't have, or you can't get a work permit here in Thailand, for whatever reason. So, if they saw a massive surge or a big number of cases, which they're bound to go up as people start coming in, but I'm sure they're prepared for most of that. But if they see a major fluctuation in the caseload daily, they could Antonin said in an article, which is the guy that's, I can't remember if he's the Ministry of Health guy or the CCSA guy. He's one of the two. But he come out and said, we have no problem locking it back down again. So that's why I would be cautious in my approach. There's two ways to look at it. One, you could come in on November 1st and be like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to do my vacation or whatever. And then I'm going to get out of here before things get rough again. And we have to worry about anything. That's a plan. Or you could let November and December go by and wait for these small businesses and wait for Thailand to start to look like Thailand again as a tourist when you come over. Okay. Wait for Thailand, wait for all the tourist stuff to be open, all the small businesses to be open, and try your best. This is just a recommendation for the good of Thailand. It's not, again, this is no kind of advice to anybody. For the good of Thailand, if you really enjoy this country, try your best to shop local. Try to buy food from local businesses rather than the franchises over here. The street vendors out here have some of the best food in the world. Yeah, you got to be careful, but you have to be careful everywhere when you eat, right? And the street food over here, I'm not going to say it's not dangerous to try. However, if you find a good vendor, you can always go to that vendor dependably. And then also, the most important thing to remember when you come over as a tourist, or if you live here as an expat, or if you're an expat over here for a long time, please remember that go where all the Thais are getting their food from. If you're looking for street food, look for the Thais. Wherever the Thais are lining up to get their street food from, go to that vendor. Because I can't guarantee, but I can pretty much tell you that buying food from that vendor is not going to make you sick. That's that's not going to make you sick. Most of the time, because the Thais wouldn't be eating there if that was the case. There are visas, some little bit of information on visas coming up that will be coming out soon. There's going to be some high net worth individuals that are going to be receiving leases for various things, for investments, basically into government bonds, is the way I read it. Depending on how much you put into a government bond, $500,000. I read two figures: $500,000 in dollars, not baht. $500,000. So $500,000 for one visa, $250,000 for another visa. And they're looking to expand programs, the smart visa, highly skilled special workers, and all this stuff. So they're looking for all those people if you're interested. And I can tell you, Thailand is a good place to live. It really is. So let me catch some comments here. Don C says, yes, the only consistent rule is nothing is consistent. That's true. And he says, I agree. I think we will need a few months with these new rules to get firmly into place for a long-term strategy. I agree. Also, Don. Anon says, for what it's worth, on Chime Beach, they closed about half the 7-Elevens. Noticed last week that they are starting to reopen the closed ones. That's good news. That's very good news. The Ralph is in here. Hello to you, Ralph. He says, hello, just tuned in. When opening back up on the 1st, what is the timeline of entertainment venues opening? We answered that question, but I'll happily answer it for you again. And the timeline on that is basically going to be, the PM came out. I wanted to read the article for you, but the PM came out and said there's a possibility that, and I'm paraphrasing here, guys. I'm paraphrasing, okay? Not quoting directly. There's a possibility that entertainment venues could open as early as November 1st. Maybe. Possibility. So, that's all I have to say about that, because I don't want to get myself in any kind of trouble or anything. So, just know and understand that that is a speculation right now. They are still busting people left and right in Bangkok and Pattaya for selling alcohol. I know some bars are open, getting away with it. I understand that. I get it. Trust me, I get it. And whatever. If you can live with the consequences, then you can do whatever you want in this life, right? So, I would suggest. Well, I would err on the side of caution, but also be cautiously optimistic, if that makes any sense, about coming to Thailand right now. I also think that the sooner we get people coming back to Thailand on a regular basis, and the sooner that the Thai government, the economists here, see that this luring of only high net worth, getting their 1 million high net worth tourists is not going to produce what they think it's going to produce. In my opinion, that's my opinion, just my opinion. Let me be clear. Mathematically, it doesn't make sense. And I don't know. They say numbers don't lie. I don't know. But anyway. I would wait and see if they revise some of that and come down on some of the dollar amounts for that. And I says the only bars they bust up here are occasionally one on C.O.E bus station. The tiny little entertainment zone here, only very rarely. Yeah, well, Chilom's such a small place. It's our small town. It's probably wouldn't be hard to bust that up. But they here in Bangkok and around I know here in Bangkok and in Pattaya and some other places, they were going and busting bars and entertainment venues. They've also been busting a lot of creators that are posting to websites with adult content on it, which is illegal to record and upload here in Thailand. If it's recorded in Thailand, it's illegal. Doesn't matter where you upload it at. If you ever try to come back to Thailand, you're probably going to get charged with a crime or something. Thank you very much, Mr. Griffin, for $10 on the Cash App. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, sir. $10 is always appreciated, and there it is. I won't put his whole name up there, but there it is, $10. Thank you very much, Mr. Griffin. Appreciate that. And thank you very much, Mr. Crabclaw, who also contributed $10. I appreciate that. I really do. Every little bit helps. We weren't quite able to get enough funds to travel this weekend, but that's okay because wound up that I needed to take the day to do something else anyway. So we got about 7 minutes left, guys. Do you have any questions, anything you want to type in the comment section? Go for it. Otherwise, we'll just start to wind it down here. Up to you guys. Anon says, one thing I've observed about the Thai government is that it is a lot more Byzantine than the U.S. government. More conflicting views come out, not a criticism, just an observation. Gotcha. Thank you, Mr. Richard Cyphers. Appreciate that PayPal. Another $10 PayPal for Mr. Richard Cyphers. Thank you very much. Yes, I agree, and not criticizing either, but I do agree. The Ralph says, not an expert, but high-end tourists most likely are not going to spend much to benefit the average Thai. That's exactly what we went over earlier, 100%. So there is Mr. Cypress's $10. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. Every little bit goes a long, long, long way, and I appreciate it very much. So we're gonna see what we're gonna see what happens with the travel fund, and see if we can get back in the. We're gonna see if we can get back in the game, guys, because I've got some big plans starting in November for this channel, and we're gonna branch off into a few more channels. I'm also gonna be putting videos on other platforms with other kinds of content. These are things we've been talking about channel members for a long time. I also want to mention that in the line group we discussed most of this information. Yeah, Griffin, I said thank you, bud. Got you on the Cash App. I even showed it. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. But the 30 up and 9 down, that's good to me. That's good to me, Lyle. I'm really just grateful that people even come and show up and have a conversation with us. It's awesome. Prep Fort says, "Hey, Jeremy and Miles in chat. Hello to you, Mr. Prep Fort. I hope you are doing well. It's very good to see you, and thank you as always." There's Robert in. He made an appearance other than dropping the link for me. Always glad to have Robert here. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way out, guys. I know some of you are going there. I know some of you are starting to leave, and that's totally cool. Thank you guys so much for the monetary contributions. Hopefully we can get that going again. But like I said, I do have a plan for this channel now. I actually have a plan, like a real plan. I have a real plan, and I'm constantly discussing it with channel members. So if you want to be a part of that discussion, the best way to do it is to access our line group, and the only way you can do that is to become a channel member, or you can do what Ross did and buy in a lifetime membership for $250. Hey, Ross set the price. Don't shoot the messenger. Michael Graydon, good to see you. He says, "I like to then visit. Wish there was good tour guide like person." There are some good tour guides or some good tour services over here, Michael. I just never really used them because I'd rather be on my own time. When you go with a tour group or whatever, you have to do things on their time. I like to be on my time. Griffin says, "I missed it, was on the app and didn't get back enough." It's all good, man. All good. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank you so much. So this looks like a good time to wrap up, guys. I wanted to make sure I dropped some valuable information on you about the Thailand Pass and about the requirements of coming in. Now, this video and everything in it is subject to change at any point in time. All the information is subject to change because I am not the government. I don't make law. I don't make policy. I just report what life's like here in Thailand. For those of you that don't know, I've been here 3.5 years. I've been working and living here all that time, minus about 6 weeks and a couple days. So I'm pretty familiar with what I'm talking about. I'm definitely not an expert. Definitely not. I'm not an expert, and I can be wrong just like anybody else. So with that being said, we'll wrap it up right here. I want to really thank the guys that contributed monetarily today. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. I want to thank my channel members for being channel members because you guys absolutely rock. I'm so grateful to have all of you in my life. I really am. And I am extraordinarily thankful that you guys deliver the information, and we keep in constant contact through the line group and the Facebook group. So thank you guys so much for being channel members. I really love and appreciate you all. And I want to thank my moderators for doing such a great job of always keeping the chat clean. I really appreciate it. I can't say enough about it other than I really appreciate it. And finally, I would like to thank anyone who made any kind of comment, whether it got removed or not, in today's discussion, because you added to the dialogue, and I appreciate that. So Thailand reopening in 2021 for foreign and international tourism is a real thing. Looks like we're going to see it. Robert N says we need to set up private tours for anyone who wants. 555. Yeah, we're talking about that, and we're going to see what we can do. Love you guys. Wow. What's up, Stuck? Where are you, dude? Make a comment. I hadn't seen you in forever, bro. Some very nice young man just contributed $20 right here. And I believe, if memory serves me correct, I won't show his whole name, but I believe, if memory serves me correct, that is our good friend Stuck in Florida, whom I have not seen in a couple of weeks because he is a very busy man, but we love him and we appreciate him very, very much. So thank you, Stuck, if you're listening, if that was you. If not, whoever that was that sent $20, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I graciously appreciate that. I really do. You have no idea how much it helps. So with that being said, love you guys. I will see you tomorrow at the same time. We're going to do a whole deep dive into something else tomorrow. I may just do an open Q&A to let you guys ask questions, and let's try to find the answers while we're doing a live stream. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to talk about topics for tomorrow in the line group. So for my channel members, if you want to suggest stuff, do it in the line group, please. For everybody else, thank you guys for being here so much. Take care, Travel TV, and all you guys that come on a regular basis to the live stream. I just really tremendously appreciate it so much. You have no idea. Whatever you do today, find a way to do more life. I will see you tomorrow.